Under normal circumstances, we would be approaching a point where Rockstar would normally announce the next Red Dead Online update, but because of the year that we've had, we really don't know what's happening. The speculation has already started for new content, and I want to clear up as much of it as possible by removing any types of rumors whilst also keeping realistic expectations. Before we do get into the video though, I want to let you know about a project that I've been working on. It's no secret that I've created a lot of gaming channels, and because I've created so many, I know how to get them partnered in about 1 to 2 months without needing to promote them on other social media accounts. And I always get asked, how do I do it? That's why I've created an in-depth class on Skillshare. It goes through the basics of creating a new YouTube channel, but it quickly scales up into doing keyword research, planning videos, recording, editing, creating thumbnails, and eventually getting monetized, where you can actually start running your YouTube channel like a business by outsourcing the work. If you're interested in having your own gaming channel, then there is a link in the description down below, as well as you can find it as the pinned comment, and that will give you a free month of Skillshare where you can use that time to watch through my class, and at the end of it, you will understand everything that you need to know. So link to everything can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, it has been 312 days at the time of recording this video since we last saw a new update. The previous update didn't go down with hardcore fans, and Rockstar are still yet to mention anything about the Christmas update that we normally get during December. This has led to a lot of uncertainty within the community, which did bring up the Save Red Dead Online protests a few months back, and these protests are still going strong to this day. So with all of this in mind, let's actually go through what normally happens. So normally the update cycle is 2 updates per year, one somewhere in the summer and the other one in the winter. Rockstar, being the money grabbing company that they are, they really want to double down in these 2 areas because this is when people have the most time to play new content. This is the same for Red Dead and GTA. For the updates that we get for summer with Red Dead Online, last year we got the Blood Money update, which was released on the 13th of July. The year before that, in 2020, we got the Natchez update, which was released on the 28th of July. And in 2019, we managed to get 2 updates, one on the 14th of May, which was the spring update, which also announced the following update being the Frontier Pursuit, which released on the 10th of September. Since the release of Red Dead Redemption 2 in 2018, there hasn't been a year where we haven't had a content drop during this time. But of course, the same could have been said with Christmas DLC, and of course we didn't get anything within 2021. Now, just in case you didn't know, for summer, it doesn't officially start until the 21st of June. So for those expecting content releases within May, it is unlikely to happen. So this does mean that if you are one of those players that are obsessing with the future of this game, it's probably not worth looking at SteamDB as you see the commits to the QA betas and trying to predict whether or not Rockstar are close to releasing any content. And I know the way that I say that, it might seem a bit judgmental, but it is just honest advice. It's normal for players to react in this way because there hasn't been anything from Rockstar. This is still a problem with Rockstar and a lack of communication. If back in November of 2021, when all of these problems started to occur, if Rockstar just put out a simple tweet saying they're holding back on Red Dead Online updates whilst they focus on the GTA Trilogy, the GTA Next Gen release, and also the GTA update, yes, it would be a kick in the face, but at the exact same time, we would know exactly what's going on. But of course, nothing was said to the community, so it led to a lot of speculation, and for a lot of people, they have been obsessing over the QA betas. For the longest time, nothing was pushed to it, and a few months back, this is when Rockstar started to push to these QA betas, and of course, when that started, that's when players started to pick up on the new activity. It should be made clear with the QA betas that it's normal for content to be added and removed. The development for any type of game, or in this case a update, it's not a linear path. Despite popular belief, game companies don't know the final result when they're first starting. They go through something called an iterative cycle. This is where they design, implement, playtest, and evaluate everything that they've done, only to go all the way back to the beginning at design and go through this whole process again. You just keep on going round in that loop until you get to your final product. The game companies that try to plan out every single step right from the beginning rather than going through this iterative cycle end up failing miserably. Even the biggest companies have found this to be a problem when they go about it in the complete wrong way. Amazon Game Studios is the most recent and probably the most prominent one in recent times. Amazon has spent billions just to enter the gaming space, and because of the poor experience from management within game development and them also being ignorant to any advice of following this cycle, it's led to a pretty poor start. By all means, New World was pretty decent when it was first released, but even to this day, it's got less players than Red Dead Online. And for those that do like to point out the Steam charts every single time we talk about Red Dead state, that really does go to show exactly what position New World is. But the reason that I bring all of this up is because it's not just a case of where you push content and then just leave it there. You just keep on pushing and it's one step after the other. With the iteration cycle, you end up pushing content, playtesting it, and if it doesn't work out the way that you initially intended, whether it be because it's not fun or it's completely broken, you will go through this cycle again to push more content to fix the problem, or you will completely remove it. There's always been talks about how Red Dead Redemption 2 story had a lot of cut content. This is nothing new within the gaming industry. You will be surprised at the amount of content that gets cut for the final product and the final release. It's the exact same with updates. Now that's not to say that internally with Rockstar that everything is perfect. I'm sure, in fact, I'm confident that they have a lot of problems. Everyone likes to talk about how Red Dead Online has potential, but the truth is, if we're talking about potential, you also need to see the potential for the game developers behind it. And for the longest time, I've said that I don't think the developers can get this game to where a lot of the hardcore fans want this game to be. I still think it's going to be a pretty decent game and I'll take it for what it is, but I don't think you're going to be able to get all the things that you would like to see within the game. Now, before we do get onto my opinion, I think we should go through the rumors. I want to make it clear that Red Dead Online is still profitable, and for that, Rockstar are not going to give it up. They're not going to stop pushing content because it is still continuously giving them money despite how much GTA makes. I know everyone likes to say that Rockstar just wants to push GTA updates because they can make more money. And yes, GTA makes a ton more. But there has been no correlation between Rockstar pushing a Red Dead update that having a negative impact on the amount of money that GTA can make. In fact, since Red Dead's release, Rockstar has been able to make even more money. The only way that Rockstar could really double down and make even more is if they were to release 3 updates per year for GTA. But for that to happen, they will need to make some serious investment and cut resources from other areas, potentially the team putting together GTA 6. Adding on top of Red Dead Online being profitable, we also need to look at the Steam DB charts. Everyone does like to point these out when Red Dead's doing bad, and this should be the worst possible time. But if we're looking at concurrent players, we're actually doing better right now than what we were doing this time last year. And there is a reason for this. This game has been so well documented with the hashtag Save Red Dead Online movement that hardcore fans have stopped playing, or they don't put as much time into the game. But at the exact same time of doing this, it has raised awareness for those that never played the game before. Even before the whole Save Red Dead Online protest back in November, when Rockstar stopped pushing anything to the game, there was an increase in players despite there not being an update. Normally around this time we have around 20 to 25,000 players, but it shot up to be around 30 to 40,000. All of this happened whilst Rockstar were actually screwing over their fan base. And it's fair to say during this time, it wasn't hardcore players all of a sudden having that motivation to play this game. It was new players. New players signed up, joined, and I guarantee you there's a pretty hefty percentage that did go on to buy gold, as well as other stuff within games that they're probably never going to use. And I'm not saying all of this to say that Red Dead Online is in a good position, because it's not. Of course, with hardcore fans, it sucks that we're having to go through all of this. Rockstar really should have planned things better. They delayed Red Dead Online to prioritize the GTA Trilogy and the GTA 5 next gen release. So with all of this said, will there be a new update? I certainly believe so. Red Dead Online, if we're looking at statistics, it's not in a bad position, but of course, as I just mentioned, they are still screwing over their hardcore fan base, their fan base that are looking to see reliable content drops for this game. But of course, we can say with confidence over the last couple of years, it doesn't seem like Rockstar care about the fan base, they care about numbers and making money. And if we look at it from that angle, with the increase in players currently playing this game compared to what we had last year, and there also being no other re-release titles that they're looking to push within the future that we know of as of yet, with Red Dead Online still being a profitable game mode, it makes sense for there to be an update. Now, the quality of this update, no one really knows, but I am keeping that bar pretty low. I honestly don't think anything crazy is going to happen, not what a lot of other people are suggesting with heists or any types of robberies. I really am expecting role expansions or something along those lines. Yet again, something that hardcore fans will not be happy with, but from Rockstar's point of view, it will definitely secure the numbers for them to make a pretty penny at the end of the day. And alongside all of this, I don't expect it to release right at the beginning of the summer. I expect it to be towards the end. The reason for this, and this does link back to that iterative cycle that we mentioned earlier, Rockstar only started to push commits a few months back. That is not enough time to playtest, send feedback, and then iterate based on those designs. I know 100% that there was content within the pipeline, so they didn't start the update from zero a few months back. There was definitely stuff already there. But it's about taking a couple months break from that content to work on something completely new and then coming back. We're expecting them to hit the ground running? I don't think so. This is going to be a long summer, and I don't think there's going to be much of a payout towards the end. So if you are one of those players that are actively looking at SteamDB and checking into the different commits pushed to the QA betas and hoping that in the next couple of weeks something will be releasing, I really would not get my hopes up. This is just my opinion. Feel free to leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think that there will be an update? And if so, when do you think it will release? Leave everything in the comment section down below. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.